All right, thank you for watching this video. I want to go over how to calculate exactly how much you get for a PPP loan if you file a Schedule C and self-employment file on your Schedule C. So let's go over this document together right now. So here's the interim rule right here, listed here from the SBA, Small Business Administration. I want to go to page number 7 right here. So therefore, SBA in consultation with the Treasury has determined that a Schedule C filer may elect to calculate the owner compensation share of its payroll costs. That's a share of the payroll costs that represents the compensation of the owner based either on the net profit or the gross income as calculated under the rule below. So gross income is the amount of the borrower reports on line 7 of Schedule C. If the Schedule C has no employees, the borrower may elect simply to calculate its loan amount by either the net profit or gross income. Okay, so if the Schedule C has employees, the borrower may elect to calculate the owner's compensation share if it's a payroll cost based either on net profit, gross profit minus the expenses reported on lines 14. That include like the employee benefits program, 19 pension and profit sharing plans, 26 wages, less employment credit, and of the IRS form Schedule C report lines 14, 19, 26 of the IRS form represent the employee. So this is total employee payroll costs and subtracted from the owner's compensation share of the payroll costs if the owner uses gross income to calculate the loan amount in order to avoid double accounting of these costs. All right, what does all that mean? All right, so here's the Schedule C. All right, so you have the choice either to get it calculated by just what's here on line 7, or you can use the gross, and then you have the net, which you got 31, line 31, but then you have 14, 14, 19, 19, and 26. So the wages. So what you got to do is you add up all of those and subtract, and you subtract from the owner's compensation to do that. All right, so let's look at it. Use of the gross income filers may in some case increase the risk of wage fraud or abuse because it substantially increased the maximum loan amount for relevant applicants. So this is key. So like some people who hadn't filed yet may inflate it for this. All right. So the maximum loan amount, relevant applicants, in some cases, the applicant gross might not accurately reflect to the extent of which a PPP loan is necessary to support the ongoing operations of the applicant's business. So this is really important. Listen to this. Schedule C filer elect to use a gross income to calculate its loan amount on the first draw loan. The borrower reported more than $1,500 in gross income. $1,500 in gross income on Schedule C that was used to calculate the borrower's loan amount. The borrower will not automatically be deemed to have made the statutory required certification concerning the necessity of the loan request in good faith, and the borrower may be subject to a review of the SBA of its certification. So if you're reporting more than 150,000 in gross income on line 7, they could they could say that the safe harbor that the SBA previously provided the borrowers, that affiliates receive PPP loans with original principal amount less than 2 million will not apply to the Schedule C filers and may elect to use gross income to calculate their loan amount. So bottom line is, if you have more than 150,000 on that line of used to calculate the borrower's loan amount, they may say that, hey, that's too much in order for you to qualify. And and the loan amount may face the prospect of a heightened review, which include review of good faith necessity certification. So they'll look it over to determine if that is going to work for or not. All right. So how do you calculate it again? So you step one, you use your 2019 or 2020 IRS Form 1040 Schedule C. You may elect to either use line 31 of the net, 31 right here, net, or line 7 of the gross amount, right here, right? And then if the amount is over $100,000, reduce it to $100,000. If both your net profit and gross income are 0 or less, you're not eligible for the PPP loan. So most businesses, their gross income is higher, okay? And so then what you do is you calculate the average monthly net profit or gross amount and divide by the amount of step 1 by 12. So 100,000 divided by 12 is that amount times 0.25. So that'll be the next part. Multiply the average net profit or gross amount by the amount step by 2.5. The amount cannot exceed $20,833. So in essence, what they're saying is, so this part of the document is pretty much the same old document amount, but what they're looking at is when they do payroll, when they calculate the regular payroll for other employees, they say they cap everybody at 100,000, every individual payroll. So like if you're adding total amounts of payroll from everybody, the total amount is that you can do is 100,000 per individual payroll. So that means that if you're a Schedule C and you're the only person that you designate on as payroll, then that's only one. Because look at it right here, as it says right here. So 150,000. So if the borrower reported more than 150,000 in gross Schedule C that was used to calculate borrower's loan amount, the borrower will not automatically be deemed to have made a statutory required certification concerning the necessity of the loan. So in essence, when I read this, it's basically saying that if you report more than 100, you're not gonna get more than 100,000. I mean, you're not gonna be able to qualify for more at the $100,000 level per employee per person. All right, hopefully that helps.